timer. Is that not so fun? Superly makes me happy. All right, so it's still going. Hang on here. Hold on. All right. Today, if you are someone who uses Canva, Metricool, Streamyard, Zoom, so whether you're using these third-party programs to schedule posts into your Facebook group, or you're using these programs to stream live into your Facebook group, this video is for you because you likely have already heard that there's big changes happening inside of Facebook groups starting on the 22nd of April. And if you've not yet heard that, I will be the bearer of bad news. That is happening. So on April 22nd, Facebook is no longer allowing those apps into your Facebook group. That doesn't mean you can't still use those. It's a little bit complex and it gets there's a lot of freaking out that's happening. I'll just be square. So here's what I want to know from you. Which of these are you currently using? Are you using Canva? Are you using Zoom? Are you using StreamYard? Which of these 30-party apps are you currently using into your Facebook group that you're impacted by this? I'd like to know, and then we'll make sure that I get to exactly what you need today so that you know how to handle what's going to happen on the 22nd. Okay. Now, I will say this. We don't have a whole lot of information from Facebook. We don't know why they're making this change. They've been very tight-lipped. So there's lots of speculation happening right now. Here's the politically correct answer. The politically correct answer is that Facebook is honoring their commitment to its users to protect their security. And that somehow these third-party apps are risky. And so that's why they are discontinuing that. And why is it only in groups? The logical, again, maybe a little politically correct answer is that that's where it happens the most. That's where most people are using these third-party apps. And so that's what they're tightening up. Now, the non-politically correct answer is something else is going on, right? Facebook is getting ready to come out with something new. Facebook is updating their scheduler or their live producer. And I will tell you, if the last few weeks tell us anything, there's definitely some code changes happening in Facebook. I've noticed it. I'm sure you have. Yesterday was a perfect example. Messenger was all messed up yesterday because they were making changes to it. It's kind of like the Matrix. You see some weird, wonky stuff going on when Facebook is making changes. So we won't know until we get closer. So like I said, a lot of freak out happening. But I think what's most important to know today is there is a workaround. It's not as easy. That's the downside. And in some cases, you have a choice to make on how you want to go about this. But what I would say is know that we may have more information coming out with Facebook soon. So one theory is that they're coming out with something themselves. Another theory that's out there is that there's going to be maybe a preferred partner or something like that that's going to happen. Your guess is as good as mine. Okay. But what we do know is that it is changing. So let me check comments here and see what you guys are saying in terms of what you're using. Okay, so most people are saying, okay, yes. Is this an app right now? Yes, it is. I'm using StreamYard right now. Most of you are saying Zoom. Yep. Lots of Zoom. I know Sherry uses Ecamm. Jeanette says, I haven't used any apps, just gone live from Facebook. Don't mess with it. You're good. You're golden. Don't mess with anything. Somebody else, oh boy, you're using all of them, aren't you? Woo! Yeah, this is going to be really impactful for you. Okay, Jeanette says, are they maybe trying to have us go live more on our personal pages? Maybe. Again, everybody's guessing, right? Sherry says, boo. Okay, scheduling with Meta Business. Can I stream from there too? You can't necessarily. I have not played with it enough to know if you can stream from Meta Business. But let me go through this step by step so you guys know what options exist. Okay. Low engagement in groups with live video. Okay, I haven't seen that. my live video engagement is through the roof. So I don't necessarily know that it's that, but it could be they're wanting more people to use the Facebook tools and not the third party. So that could totally be what's going on. We don't know. And you know what? Here's the deal. We may never know. They don't have to tell us. And that's probably kind of a lesson for us all. Anytime you're using these software tools, you're at their mercy. They're a business. They can make whatever changes they want to make, and you're at their mercy. There's nothing you can do to change their mind, no matter how much booing and hooing you're going to do. So we have to just roll with the punches we're dealt. We have to roll with it and be like, okay, what are my options? And that's what we're going to talk about today. You're going to learn some of the things that you can do a little bit differently. Okay, so I want to first talk about Canva and Metrical. And I think I just saw one person who was using Canva to schedule. So I won't spend a whole lot of time on that one. But if you are using any sort of app to schedule into your Facebook group your posts, this will be impacted. Canva and Metrical are the two that come to mind. The best workaround is to just schedule directly inside of Facebook. The other option that you have is to go to a different scheduler. There are schedulers out there that use a Chrome extension instead of API or the app option. Those Chrome extensions will still work. I can't recommend one because I haven't used one. So I don't feel right saying this is the one that you can use, but you can Google and say post scheduler for Facebook using Chrome extensions, and there are a bunch of them out there that you can use. Now, here's the thing I want to call out. Canva and Metrical, you're still going to be able to schedule posts into every other place. It's just not Facebook groups. So in my expert opinion, the best choice that you have is just know that in your group, or groups if you have more than one, you're probably going to have to move to using the Facebook group scheduler. You can still use Canva. You're just going to have to download those graphics and schedule it directly in Facebook. Bad news. I know it's not what you want me to hear, but those are the options that you have in terms of scheduling. If you got any questions on that, let me know. But it's one of those, it is what it is. Okay. So now let's shift gears and let's talk about live streaming. So those of you that use Zoom to stream into your group, or you're using something like Streamyard or Ecamm. I'm using Streamyard, so I'm definitely impacted by this, okay? So I'm gonna go with the easy options first, and then we'll talk about the harder one. The easy option is that you start using the Facebook Live producer. I know, I hate that thing too. I don't wanna use it. It makes me wanna cry and pull all my hair out. And you can't necessarily have guests. So that's part of the challenge. And that's why a lot of you are using Zoom, or it doesn't have the smoothing feature. Am I right? I get it. I promise. But that is an alternative. If you just go into Facebook and use their live producer, you actually go live inside your group, you're going to be fine. You won't have all the extra bells and whistles. You will be limited in some of those places, but that is an option. Okay. The other option, and this is what a lot of people are doing, is that instead of going live in their Facebook group, they're going live on YouTube. So what that means is that as you schedule an event in your group, and you are saying, this Thursday at 2:00, I'm going to be live, I'm going to be talking about this, and you're creating that event, you are actually going to give them a YouTube link to go to. So you're taking them off platform. And then in YouTube, you're going to go live and you can use all of the same things that you're using. Now that has some risks. It's easy in a sense that you're saying, here's where we're going to go. You're still directing traffic there, but let's talk a minute about the risks. The risks are your people are going to get confused. Wait a minute. Why am I going to Facebook, or why am I going to YouTube? I need to be here. And you might lose some people that won't travel with you. But you still can go live using Zoom and Streamyard and all of the things and have all of the tools that you've always had. But there is an inherent risk in that. Okay. So again, I'm just presenting you with options. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just telling you what exists. Okay. Now for the hard thing. If you are like, no, I want to still use my Zoom, my Streamyard, my whatever, but I want to go into my Facebook group because that's where my engagement happens. Because if you take that off Facebook, you're now losing engagement inside your group. Okay, let's just be clear about that. If you take them off platform and you're directing them now all over to YouTube, the boost that you get in your group from a live video, you lose. Now, if you were with me on one of my previous videos, you heard me share some numbers. My engagement inside my Facebook group averages out about 1,300%. If I strip out all of those live videos, which would be what would be happening if I went over to YouTube, now my engagement drops into the 200s. That's a huge impact inside of groups. Okay? So just a little bit of truth talk there for you. Okay. So there is a workaround, and I'm going to tell you, you're not going to like it. It is complex. It is hard. It makes you want to beat your head on the desk. But as with all things, once you learn how to do it, you're going to be more confident, and you got this. Okay. There are some things that you're going to lose. You are going to lose the ability to bring in comments like this. You're not going to be able to do this anymore. Maybe you're not doing it already, and so you're like, sweet, no problem, no sweat off my back. But if you are, what you're going to have to do, and I'll talk about that when we get to it. But know that is one thing that you're going to lose. Okay. All right. So let's talk about how you do this. You are going to use something called a stream key. So you are going to get a stream key from your Facebook group, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. And then you are going to feed that stream key into Zoom or Streamyard or whatever you're using, and then the two will link up. That is the simplest explanation that I can give you. It's not that simple. But in theory, are you with me and you understand where we're going and what we're trying to do? Yes? Okay. So let me do a couple of screen shares and let me show you what you're going to do, like how you got this. So step number one is you need to get the stream key information from your Facebook group. Let me show you how to do that. I'm going to do a screen share here, and I'm going to bring up my Facebook group. Hold on a minute. It takes me a minute to get in there. Okay, so this is my test group. And what you're going to do here is go to, like, you're going to do a live video. And for those of you who are like, I don't have this live video button, I'm going to show you next month how to change that so that you can have it there. But you can click on the write something and then click on the three little dots and then do your live video. Okay. This brings up the Facebook Live producer that so many of us hate, myself included. So you're going to click on the go live button. It's not live yet. Don't worry. It takes a little bit. It's slower because we're actually live and streaming, and it kind of gets all wonky. And normally you click on webcam, right? And this is where you start to see yourself in the webcam. Let me do this just so you can see. Okay. So you are instead going to click on streaming software, this guy. And right here, you see a stream key. You're going to copy that stream key. Okay. While we're here, the other thing you're going to need to grab is click on this advanced settings, and you're going to need this server URL. You can just click the copy button. You have to do one at a time, obviously, but this is where you're going to get it. You need your stream key for your group, and you need your server URL for your group. Once you have that, now you can put that in to Zoom or StreamYard or whatever else it is. Okay. So let's see if this will work in StreamYard. I don't know that it will because I'm in StreamYard. Let me think here. It will not let me double up. Let's just go into Zoom and I'll show you in Zoom. Most of you are doing Zoom anyway, so let's just do that. Okay, so hold on here. Let me go to Zoom. Do you all see Zoom? Hold on here. Let me see what you see. Do you see Zoom? Nope. All right, stop sharing here. Hold on. All right, now let's stream. Let's go into Zoom. Hold on. Okay, I am in my Zoom profile. Okay, so what you have to do is go down to the left-hand side and go into settings. You have to set it up for the first time first. Okay, once you're in settings, you're going to go into in meeting advanced, and you almost scroll all the way to the bottom. It's almost all the way down. Can't remember where it is here. Hold on. I'm scrolling too fast here. Did I go past it? Okay, right here. Allow live streaming of meetings. you need to turn on custom live streaming service. You got to turn that on. And then save that. You only have to do that once, and it's going to be saved. Okay. Now, when you go live in Zoom, you're actually going to go into a meeting. Let's see if this is going to, boy, I am working this computer up. Let's start a Zoom meeting. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to start this so you can see me twice. Actually, let me turn that off because I think that's just going to get annoying. Okay. Let me make sure you can see what I see. Hold on. Nope. Okay, let me stop the share. Let's do that again. Share screen. Where is Zoom? It may not let me do this. Let's see here. Does this do it? Okay. Once you are inside of your Zoom, I should have tested this before I did this. I know what we can do. I think I can share my whole desktop. Let's see if that works. Share screen. Hang with me, guys. Entire screen. See if this works. Oh my goodness, that's a lot, but hopefully this will work. Painful. Entire screen, window, boom. All right. Let me just make sure. Let's switch this before I get too crazy and talking. Let me make sure you can see what you're supposed to see. You see me twice, yes? This is me in Zoom. Okay. At the bottom of Zoom, I don't know that you're going to be able to see these things. That's the only thing. There is a spot for you to put in that stream key. Is this going to let me or not? I may have to do some screenshots here. But you know how inside of Zoom, you click the button and you say live on Facebook. What you're going to click on instead is live on custom live streaming service. I got an idea. We're going to outthink this computer. That's what we're going to do. Let's turn that off so you don't see that. Okay. We're going to be smart about this. Thinks it can outsmart me. It cannot. Hold on. Why is it doing that? Okay. I'm going to move my camera, y'all. We're going to go old school. Okay. I'm going to do this. Oh, isn't that trippy? Okay. Hopefully you all see Zoom with all of my buttons at the bottom. Yes? Y'all see that? I hope so. Yee. Okay. What you're going to do over here, you click on this little more button and you click live on custom live streaming service. You're going to click on that. That is going to pull up this window. Everybody see that? Okay. I'm just checking in. Make sure you can see that. Oops, where'd it go? Okay. Here is where you put in the streaming URL and the streaming key. No, that is not correct. Stream the Zoom meeting to a custom streaming service. Enter your page. Okay, hold on. So what you're going to do is go back to your Facebook group where you got these keys. Okay, there's your stream key and your server URL, and you put them into this and this, and then you go live. Now, here's what is tricky. Let me move this back here. Once you get your codes in and you are ready to click the go live button, you got to go live in both places. I know it's not fun. I told you this would not be fun. It's not. Okay. So what you're going to have to do is you go live in Zoom, and then you've got to toggle over to that Facebook Live producer, and you have to go live there. And then magically those two stream keys, that links them up, and now it's connected and you are live. I know it's super technical and it like makes you want to go, but you can do hard things. We can all do hard things. We can learn this. We got this. Okay. There is a little bit of back and forth, right? So I got to be in Zoom, click, put in all those keys, click go live, then switch over to Facebook, click go live there. And I know what many of you are thinking. That is a mess, right? That is a lot of back and forth. So what I would recommend is do something like I did at the start of this. Have a timer going so that you're off camera. So if that timer's going, now you can be here going, ooh, click here and put this in and copy paste this in, and you've got the time you need to set all of that up. And then once you're live, you're good. And you just do your thing. Now, let me stop and see if there are any questions on this before I get into the whole comments thing, because that's the next thing we've got to tackle here. Okay. Let me make sure I haven't missed anything here. Okay. So, oh, Sherry says Facebook guests are available in Facebook Live. Awesome. Or you can continue to use Zoom, either or. You go live into IG and copy the link into Facebook. Okay, so you've already got your workaround. Awesome. Okay. I was hoping that this was the method you were going to say we can do. I already do all of that. Awesome. So you're good to go. I love it. Jeanette loves step by step. I love that Judy's here. Awesome. Does Zoom save this key or do you have to grab it each time? Okay, when I was grabbing that key, there was a toggle button that says perpetual link. If you click on that perpetual link, it should keep the same link all the time. But here's what I would tell you. I just don't trust those things. So be prepared, right? The first few times you do this, it's like anything else, right? Remember the first time you went live. Remember the first time you went live and you were like, oh my gosh, am I live? Am I not live? What's working? And now, because you've done it a bunch of times, you're like, I got this. Get out of my way. The same going to be true with this. It's clunky at first. And you do this and you copy this and you're sweating. In the meantime, you'll get there. And after you do it 4, 5, 6 times, you're going to be like, I'm a pro. I got this. You're going to be able to teach this. So what I would tell you to do, practice in a fake group. Set up a Facebook group that's just you, like I have a test group, and practice in there. Do it 4, 5, 6 times so that you got it down, and then switch over to the group that you're going to practice in. You got time. You got 2 weeks before this happens. Okay? So, do you have to grab the key each time? Yes. But if you click on that perpetual link, it should be the same key every time. So you don't have to necessarily get it from your Facebook group. You can get it from Notes or Google Docs or whatever else it is. But I'm like, because this is new for all of us, trust but verify, right? Do it a handful of times. Make sure you got it. Make sure you got your process down. You know what you're doing. Thank you guys for hanging with me. You guys are awesome. Okay. So if it didn't show, I will record it afterwards and I'll pop it up there. I was trying to make sure that you guys could see it, but I'm just giving you advice to say trust but verify. I didn't even do that myself. So I will record it separately and I'll post it up for those of you that need it. I'll drop the link in here in the recording. So, okay, let's see if there's anything else. I'm out. I can't do all of that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. We can do hard things. I know it's hard and I know it's scary. Okay. So here are your choices, right? Your choices are to learn this hard thing. But once you learn this hard thing, you got it. Okay. You got it. Anything new that we are trying to learn is hard. And that voice in our head tells us, this is too hard. I can't do this. Yes, you can. You can do this. If I can do this, I'm like the least technical person on the planet. If I can do this, you can do this. You just got to learn. Okay. Here's what I will say. If anybody out there is like, oh my gosh, and you need a little bit of help, I have a special right now on Power Boost, 30 minutes for $30. I'll walk you through this and I'll do this with you. Okay. I think I've got 5 left. So we got plenty of time between now and the 2nd or 22nd. If you need help with this, you need some one-on-one, walk me through it step by step, Jamie, I'm happy to do that for you. Okay. Just let me know if you need that help. Okay. I'm gonna wait and see how they make it better. That's an option, right? The other option, back to Jennifer's question or comment about I can't do that. The other option is you don't have to do all of this. Just use the regular live producer and just go live from the Facebook Live producer. It's a choice. Here's the deal. You might not like either choice, but it's still a choice. And it's a choice you get to make. We can all sit here and say, man, I wish there was another way. There's not another way. Lots of very, very smart people have been trying to figure this out. There's no other way. These are the options. Do we hope something new is going to come out on the 22nd? Yes. Do a lot of people think there is going to be something happening? Yes. but we don't know. And it might not be there. Okay. Pat, practice makes it permanent. I like it. Jen says I'm confused. Okay. I'll do a video where I'll record the whole thing step by step by step. It's not letting me screen share and show you all of the buttons. So I will do that. See if that helps. And like I said, if it doesn't, let me know. I'm happy to help you guys. Okay. I promise it's not as complicated as it sounds. See, here's somebody else who's saying it's not super technical. Here's the deal. Robin Walker says this all the time. Once you learn it, it's no longer hard. The hard part is learning it. Okay. Sherry says, ooh, another really good tip. Just to be safe, again, maybe this borders lines on a little bit of paranoia here, but grab your stream keys, click that permanent button, grab them so you got them just in case for all of your groups. Not a bad idea. I need to watch this again, but it looks totally doable. It is totally doable. I'm telling you, I am not technical. And if I can do this, you can do this. Do a whole bunch of lives between now and then. Yeah. But after that, you got to make a change, right? It's not the date's coming. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay. Y'all are cracking me up. You're all cracking me up. All right. What other questions do you have about how this works? Okay. ADHD doesn't always learn what I learn. Okay. But you can still learn. It just may take a little bit longer. You might have to do it more often. You might have to have a cheat sheet next to you. Maybe I'll create a cheat sheet for you. You just go step by step by step. Like I said, if you want if you want to do this with somebody, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to guide you through it step by step. I know if you can't get with me between now and the 22nd, I know some other people that will happily give you 30 minutes of their time. They're going to charge you because they're giving you their time, but they'll help you with this if you need it. Okay. Okay. Yes, it is going to be interesting. Yes, it is. And listen, I think I scheduled this live a month ago, and I was hoping that as we got closer to the 22nd, we might hear something. But sadly, we have no more news than what we already have. And I don't expect that we're going to have. We might not even get any news on the 22nd. It just may disappear. That's Facebook's prerogative, right? Their choice. We can't do anything about it. Complaining about it doesn't help anybody. So you can do hard things. You can learn this. I promise. If I can learn it and I can do it, you can do it. Okay. Yes to creating a cheat sheet. All right. Judy, you asked for it. You got it. All right. Any other questions from me before we log off? I'll do a quick review and then I'm going to give you some next steps here. So you have choices, whether you're using a scheduler or streaming from Zoom, all of that is app-based will go away on the 22nd. So your choice is to just stop using that app and use the tools that are inside Facebook. That's the easiest option that you have. And it is only Facebook groups. Correct. It is only in Facebook groups for now. That doesn't mean that won't change in the future. So you can still use all of those third-party apps to go live into your profile, to go live onto your page, and all of the other platforms outside of Facebook. It is only Facebook groups. Yes. Okay. So one option is to say, okay, well, I just can't use those apps anymore, and I just use the Facebook tools that I have. That's one option. Okay. Another option is to say, I'm going to just go live. I'm going to take people off of Facebook, and I'm going to use the tools that I want, and I'm going to go live on YouTube. That's an option. The third option, which is harder, but you can learn hard things. You can do hard things. That is to go this stream key route. And it is complex, but once you do it a few times, I promise you'll have it. Okay. If you need help, let me know and we'll get on a call and I'll walk you through it step by step. I honestly believe that once you do it a handful of times, you'll get it. You'll get it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So lives into your Facebook page or your personal profile on the 22nd, they're still going to work. You're still going to be fine for Zoom or Streamyard. Okay. You're still going to be okay. And then you can always share that into your Facebook group. But remember, when you share that into your Facebook group, it's not live, it's pre-recorded. So there's a difference. Okay. Okay. The one thing we didn't talk about, I just realized we didn't talk about this. So I'm going to back up. So hopefully you guys are okay hanging with me a little bit longer. Once you connect the stream keys and you're live, you will not be able to see comments anymore. So I won't be able to bring these in and see them anymore. I won't even see them in my Streamyard if you're using Streamyard. In Zoom, you don't have it anyway. So what you're going to have to do is have Facebook up on another screen or on your phone and look at comments that are coming in then and just talk to them. Just read them and engage that way. Again, let's keep in mind what we believe is behind all of this is safety and security of users. That's what's going on there. Okay, hopefully I answered that. Okay, Jeanette says, what is the advantage of using a third-party app? Okay. With Zoom, if you're using Zoom to stream in, a lot of people are just comfortable with Zoom. They're comfortable using Zoom, especially if they have a guest. And so now you've got two people on, so you have that benefit. And Zoom allows you to have backgrounds. So you can, if you've got a messy background, you can put up a virtual background. And Zoom has the wonderful feature that, what is the word? It smooths out your appearance. It's a filter. That's what a lot of people like Zoom for. Okay. On something like Streamyard or eCam or any of those, what you have is the ability to have banners like I've been using here today. You can pre-pull banners in. You can share screens easier. That's the same with Zoom as well. So if you're going to share screens or share presentations, it's easier to toggle back and forth. It basically, back to the question, I got off the question here. It's like, what are the advantages, right? It allows you to have a more produced live. That's it. That's the value. Now, for me personally, you know how when you go live on the Facebook live producer and you're like, am I live? Am I not live? And it does its wonky like thing. You don't have any of that when you use a third party. It's just, you're just live. So it eliminates some of that craziness. Now, you typically have to pay for some of these features. Like in StreamYard, I think it's $25 a month. I think eCam is $20 a month. So there's a cost for it, but it gives you more options in here. Let me know if that doesn't answer your question, and I'm happy to answer more of that for anybody. Thanks, Sherry. Thanks for helping me with all of this too. Sherry's really the whiz bang behind all of this. So she taught me, she helped me get all of this when I got stuck a couple of times. So it's not easy, but I've done it now, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. And I feel like, I could do this. I could do this. Okay. This is what I do. Look at questions on the phone while you're on your computer. So you got it down. You're all set. Okay. Jeanette says I answered it. Awesome. All right. I think there is. Okay, so Sherry thumbed up. Third-party streaming has banners, graphics, screen sharing, music, countdown. You got more tech control. Like I said, it's a more produced version of this. The other benefit of using something like StreamYard or eCam is that you can stream simultaneously into multiple platforms. So today, I'm streaming this into my Get on Camera group. I'm streaming it into my membership group, and I'm streaming it on YouTube all at the same time. So it also saves you time. You don't have to do those multiples. Another benefit there. Okay. If you got other questions, I like this. I like this last one. I bet they're adding it all. My fingers are crossed. And I have hope because like yesterday when I was like, why is Messenger not working? I was like, you know what? That's a good sign. It's a good sign. That means they're changing code. They're changing things. This is all going to work out. I hope you're right. I really do. I hope you're right. Okay, Sherry says, click those buttons until it works. That's exactly right. You just keep trying. She's exactly right. The creating a fake Facebook group where you're the only one in there, or maybe it's you and a pal, right, is the way to practice this 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and then you've got it. Jeanette says, can you take these lives and save them and put them in a course? Yeah, you can. And the nice thing, here's the other benefit, back to why I use third-party streaming. The recordings that you get, you know, sometimes if you go live into Facebook and then you download that live video, it's kind of grainy. It's not always the best quality. And it's because you're getting a copy. It's like a copy of a copy, if that makes any sense. But when you use a third-party stream and you download the recording from those third parties, awesome quality. So if you are going to go live and you plan to use those in a course, a third-party streaming app just is going to give you better quality looking video. So that's another thing. Okay. If you got other questions, ask them below. I'll be in here. I'll answer any questions that you might have. You can always message me. Again, if you want to book a call because you need some help walking through this step by step, I'm happy to do that. Let me know. All right. I hope this was helpful today. I hope you got some information. Maybe it was a little bit like you're like me, like, oh. And honestly, the very first time I did it, I think I had Sherry on speed dial. Like, hold my hand through this, right? Make sure that I'm doing this right. I do what, and then I do what, and then I do what. So listen, you're not alone in needing a little bit of help and support. I need a little bit of help and support. Okay. The other commitment that you have for me is I will keep you posted if I hear anything more. But I'm telling you, I don't expect to hear any more. I don't expect there to be a big news from Facebook. They don't have to explain this to us. They don't have to tell us anything. We may want it, but they don't have to. Okay. So I'll keep you posted if there's anything new coming out. If they do come out with some new tools, we will do a live and I'll show you how to use the new tools, which will be super exciting. Hopefully that's what I'm hoping for. I have seen some new things inside the live producer. Like there's some new buttons over there. So I'm hoping this is all in an effort to get ready for some other cool stuff coming. So the best thing I would tell you here at the end is just be ready, be prepared. I don't want any of you caught off guard. And now you're doing a live on the 23rd and you're like, whoa, why is this not working? So do what you need to do to be prepared. Have a plan. Don't assume that Facebook's going to have something new that comes out. Assume they aren't. I would rather be prepared and not need it than hope for something that's not going to come. Okay. So get ready, know what you're going to do, know what option you're going to take. And honestly, like I said before, a perfectly acceptable answer is to say, you know what? I'm just going to use the Facebook tools and I'm just going to forget all this extra stuff. That's the easiest option that you have. All right. Good luck. Let me know if you need any help. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good rest of your Thursday. Have a great weekend. Bye.